All right, what is going on YouTube? My name is Patrick. I am a part-time reseller in Connecticut, and today I'm going to be going over what I sold on eBay last week. As predicted, I did much better than the week before. The new year is really in full swing. I was able to get 25 new items listed, and that really helped my ability to get more search results on eBay and get more of my items in front of people. And sure enough, the sales flowed through. We're not going to call this like a record week or anything like that, but I would say it's a good second week, first week of the year sort of thing, since it was a weird holiday schedule. Yeah, let's get right into it. So for my first item this week, it's a lot of 5 reel-to-reel tapes. I had bought a bunch of these at an estate sale, probably in like August, September. I had looked up a couple of them while I was at the estate sale, a Neil Diamond one and one other, and those had some value. They wanted $1 each, so I was like, I'm just gonna buy all of the ones that they have, and I had left behind the blanks. And when I went to check out, she said, "Well, you didn't get all of them. Do you want them all?" And I'm like, not really. I'm buying the ones I want. And she said, "No, what I mean is you can have them." So I took them, not really knowing if there'd be any value there or not. I've sold all of them now. I sold the 2 individual ones. I sold a lot of 5 of them a few weeks back, and then now the lot of 5 of the blanks, the blanks, because they probably have recordings on them, but I sold them as blank. And I'm pretty happy about this. I'm definitely going to be keeping an eye out on reel-to-reels again in the future here. All right, going into the second item. If you guys have watched any of my previous videos, I have got a whole bunch of this Dawn merchandise. My in-laws were cleaning out my grandmother-in-law's house. We went through the attic and found a whole bunch of this Dawn stuff. It's old toys from like the 60s, 70s era, brand new in the box. There's even going to be a couple more in this video, but you can see this one sold for $33. My method of doing it is 40, 40, 20. So the person who's given me the item gets 40%, I get 40%, and then I've set aside 20% for fees and shipping, whatever else you may need to have involved with it. Just any kind of fees, it's the overhead. But pretty good one. Like I kind of estimated that all these clothes are worth like $30 to $35 each. So I've priced it right about there. And sometimes they sell for 20 to 25. Sometimes they sell for 35 to 40, but on average about $30. So for $33, this is pretty good. I'm going to be into this one for $13.20 is what I'm going to get to my mother-in-law. All right, going into this next item, a little bit more fun, James Bond Monopoly. I actually picked this up at Goodwill a few weeks back for not a lot of money. Let's see, about $5. And I had scanned it ahead of time on eBay, making sure that I was right to buy it. Thought I could get about $45 for it, something like that, and I ended up getting $40. Actually, I thought I could get $35 for it, so I actually got a little bit more than I thought I could get for it at the time. I figured a $5 investment into $35, pretty good. I'm going to be pretty happy with this. You have to ship it. It's a little bit of a pain in the butt, but you can actually get a USPS Priority Mail flat rate box that'll fit board games. So do a search for that on Google. That will help you ship this type of thing. Otherwise, they're such a pain to ship. You end up Frankenboxing things together where you put 2 boxes together. Nobody got time for that. Go out, look it up. I will put actually a picture of the box right there. And you're going to do well with that. It really opens up the amount of things you can sell. The shipping's going to be a little bit more, right? Probably around $20, but it's going to be worth it because some of these games, you can include shipping in the price. So I could have sold it for $55 or something like that, maybe even $60 with free shipping. Or like I like to do, I do calculated shipping a lot of times. So I put it up at $40 plus shipping. They paid $60 in total to cover the shipping. So really great sale there, I think. All right, going into this next item. This was the video game that I caught Saver slipping on. This was in the case at the front of the store a few weeks back, and they wanted $10 for it. Right? I knew immediately this was going to be like a $40 to $60 game, depending on type of year. I just went ahead and bought it. I knew if I could turn $10 into at least 40, I was going to be doing well. I priced it at 60, and within a couple days, I had got an offer of 50, which I was like, I want to sell this, so I took the offer because that was really what I thought it was going to be worth. I priced it a little high just in case, but right, going in, I was only into it for $10, selling it for 50. Easy sale. Love to sell these types of things. All right, next item is another consignment from the in-laws. again, we cleaned out the in-laws, my grandmother-in-law's house, and found a whole bunch of stuff. There's even stuff I haven't gone through yet. A bunch of board games, actually. But this was in that lot of board games. It was Mr. Potato Head, but it was a Toy Story version, and it was still in the box. It was missing one of the pieces. I thought maybe I could get $20 for it, so that's what I priced it at, and I took a best offer of $15. So same deal, right? 40, 40, 20. So I'm going to pay my mother-in-law $6 for this, and then I'm going to get $6 in profit, and then the rest of it's going to go to fees and stuff. So not bad. Cute little sale. All right, moving on. The second of these, oh no, I had found two of these thermostats. And so this one sold. When I found this at Savers, there was two hanging up on the like small electronics where they have them on the pegs. They wanted $5 each for them. I looked it up really quick on eBay, thought I could get $45. It was a brand new item. I love selling brand new items, so I put it up at that full price of $45, and got a couple lowball offers, a couple reasonable offers. But when I started getting that many offers, I just decided I'm just going to hold out for the 45. And sure enough, within about a week or two of it being listed, I got the full $45. So very happy there. As I said, I was into it for $5. So super easy sale. All right. Here's the next one. It is an Apple TV. This is a third generation. This was a longer tail item than I thought it was going to be, mostly because there was no remote control. And I knew that when I bought it. And I could have bought a new remote control for like, I think they sell on Apple for like $20, something like that. You might be able to get a used one on eBay for a little bit less. But I was like, I think it was $5 hanging on a peg in the store. And I was just like, why not just get it? I think I can sell it for like $25, $30, even without the remote, as long as I can prove that it works. And sure enough, that's what I put it up at. The hard part was that it ended up sitting for like 3 or 4 months. So not as happy about that as I would have liked. It would have been happier if it had been a really quick turnover. But I mean, selling for $27.50, not bad when I was only into it for $5. So happy there. All right, here's another recent addition that I had picked up at Savers a couple weeks ago. I had gone in during my lunch break and they were putting out new toys, and the guy was like, "Hey, you looking for anything really good?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm looking for stuff to put up on eBay." And he says, "You might want to look at this." And he handed me this Bakugan. And I've sold them before. Usually, depending on how many you have in the lot, they sell $1 to $2 each. Or if you're really knowledgeable about these, you can figure out which ones are rare. I've not put any kind of effort into learning which Bakugan are the rare ones. I'm happy to put it up for $25 basically, which was $2 each. And so I was into it right for $3. I think it was $2.99 on the shelf. So $3 into $25. I'm happy to do that type of flip. That's right in my zone. So, all right. Oh, this next one. This is, we all make mistakes. This was something I probably should not have bought. I bought it with a whole bunch of other stuff and thinking that I could sell it for like $30 or $40. And I put it up over a year ago and it has sat and sat. I've never gotten an offer on it. Slowly like checked the comps over time to see if my price is right. And it seemed like it was. But I finally got an offer. Somebody said, well, how about $35 with free shipping? And I had it priced at, I think it would have been like $50, including shipping. So I was like, okay, let's do it. And of course, the person I'm shipping it to was a little farther away than I would have liked. So of course, the shipping cost a little more than I wanted to. So I ended up selling it for $12, right? So original value I thought I could get was $40 and I sold it for $12. So really not good. Took up a ton of shelf space. I had to make sure it fit in the box securely. It was just way more effort than I wanted to put into a $12 item. The good news is I only paid $6 for it, so I'm not going to lose any money on it, which is really good. If I had put in maybe $20 thinking I turned it into $40, I probably would have been really unhappy with myself. But as it is, chalk it up to lesson learned. What I think you probably need to do with this type of item is make sure that not only is it selling, but it's selling regularly. I think when I checked the comps, there was like 2 or 3 or 4 sold, something like that. And I said, okay, it's selling, even if it's not very often. I can hang on to this for a little while, and I probably should have just passed on it. I got lots of other stuff from that same sale, and I should have been happy with what I got. But that's okay. That's okay. We're going to move on. All right. You guys may remember this item here. I had picked it up at a Savers, I don't know, about a week ago. and put it up. I thought it was worth $50. I put it up for $50, and with basically within a day of me listing it, it sold for full price. So it was brand new in the box. It was new old stock, they say, or NOS. Um, you're not going to find a lot of this, and sometimes it's not even worth it to pick it up just because it's not going to sell. I have another phone that's similar to this that I picked up at the same time, and that one's probably going to be a longer tailed item. But this one sold right away. There must be some demand out there. Caveat here, I am fully ready, or I don't know if I'm expecting, but I'm a little worried that I may get a return request if the item doesn't work. Because those batteries have been sitting in the box for a long time, and they may get it, plug it in, try and charge it up, and the battery may not hold a charge. So at a minimum, I'm prepared to get that request for either return or partial refund on this item, which I'm going to honor because that's part of the risk of buying some of these older electronics. So it's going to be okay. $50 right now. We'll see if it lasts. All right. Oh, another toy today. So this is a 1980s vintage Muscle, M-U-S-C-L-E figure lot. This was another Savers thing that I had found when I was there a couple weeks ago on Saturday morning. And I always do about 2 loops around the store, sometimes 3. And on my second loop, they had put this up on the shelf. I recognized it because this was a toy I played with when I was growing up back in the 80s. So I knew what it was. I also knew that it had value. So I just popped it in my cart, didn't look it up, didn't need to. I knew that I was going to make my money back, and I knew it was going to be a good seller. So it's just one of those categories that I've studied is toys. I don't know if you can probably see up on the shelf, like right behind my head, I've got other toys that are just sitting, waiting for me to go to. There's even some Nintendos up there. But right, this is a category that I know. So look up some toys, do some research. You're probably not going to find this type of toy, right? But there's plenty of other stuff out there. Those Bakugans, I find those a few times a year, right? So if you know what to look for, you can just see it, grab it, and just do well on it. Don't be afraid to be standing in the thrift store or at the garage sale looking stuff up on your phone. You may get some funny looks. You may feel bad about it. It's your business, though. If you want to do well, you've got to make sure you're doing a good job and buying things that are right. Don't be afraid to look up whatever the name is on that's stamped onto it, right? So the molds a lot of times will include the manufacturer, include details. Search for it and look it up. You may do well doing that. You can spend a ton of time in a lot of these these peg areas of the toy sections, looking up these individual toys, finding lots of them. I guess my advice would be for that is if you find a bag and there's a whole bunch of a certain line of a toy, that's probably a good place to start. So there's a good tip for the day. All right, getting close to the end here. Next item is a video game. I had bought a bunch of these Just Dance games at a Savers. They were all up on the shelf at $1.99 each. My goal there was to just buy them and put them up for a lot, maybe like 5 of them for $20, something like that. And didn't look them up, just got home, went through them. Remember, the rule is look up everything that you buy. Even if you think you're going to lot it up, just look up the individual item. And realized this one had some value. So I thought originally it would be $18, and that's exactly what I sold it for, was $18. So great thing there. I was into it for $2. Like I said, there was $1.99 at Savers. Super easy flip there. I love selling video games. I'm sure if you've been anywhere in the reselling community at all, video games are hot, and who knows, maybe we'll hit a bubble at some point and they won't be worth as much, but for now, they're still doing very well. All right, the next one is a Don item, really quick. This one sold for $30. I originally thought I could get $35 for it for this one, and it's going to be the same as last time. I'm going to be paying my mother-in-law $12 for this. This one's for my friend Heather. She'd been moving her father, so we cleared out his storage unit and went through all of that stuff. I've been trying to sell her things for her over time. Same deal with the 40-40-20. This one, I ended up finding a little cardboard mailer that I could just slide the booklet into so it would ship flat. I made sure to write "do not bend" all over it. You're not going to guarantee that happens. The postal workers may not care, but you can try at least. Sold for $15. That's exactly what I thought it was going to be worth. So $6 is going to go to me, $6 to Heather, and happy to help her out with that move. So, all right, we'll do one more Don item. This one was one of the dolls. There were, I think, something like 10 or 11 dolls in this lot. I sold one originally for around $90. and I've sold a bunch of them in the like $30, $40, $50 range, and then I've got a couple left that I've priced very high. One of them at $150. We'll see what I end up getting there. But this one actually sold for $80 with free shipping. So it ended up being $75. And all right, I'm going to pause here. My computer froze. All right. So it sold for $80 with free shipping. So it ended up being about $75 into my pocket. So with the same rule, it's going to be $30 to me, $30 to my mother-in-law. So this one was really fun. Love selling the higher dollar items. That actually is my sale of the week, right? It's the highest priced item that I sold last week. So pretty cool. And we come to the last item. This was another one that I've covered in one of my pickup videos. Is an iOmega zip drive. This was the USB version of it. I actually found two of them. So I listed one at a time. You could probably list it as two available, but I wanted to make sure that I was maximizing my new listings. So I will wait till the first one sells, and then I'll click on sell similar. And that creates a whole new listing, which counts towards eBay's search algorithms, which I'm always trying to maximize. I want to make sure that I'm constantly got new listings up, and just trying to make myself more searchable by eBay. So this one I paid $5 for, and sold it for $48.50. My initial estimate on how much I thought I could get was $60. So I was a little bit under on that, but 5 into $48.50, like, I'm not going to be too worried about that. I'm very happy with what I got. So all in last week, there was I had $539 in sales, right? The previous week I was only in like the $200 to $300 range, so like much higher than I was the week before, and I think this week will be even better. I'm going to hit my 25 listings again this week. That's always my goal. I try to list 5 items a day, Monday through Friday, and then I take Saturday for sourcing, and I try to take Sunday off. You got to make time for yourself. Otherwise, we'll be doing this all the time. But again, it's a business, so if you need to put time in, you got to do it. So let's see here. Cost of goods sold last week was $123. Mostly it's because of those consignment items, right? Like I wouldn't have paid that much if I was buying them out in the wild, but because I'm buying it from my mother-in-law, like my cost of goods sold is going to be a little bit higher. Let's see. I currently have 190 items in the store at the end of last week. Sold 16 items, which you saw. I spent $49 on supplies. I needed to order some boxes. And I spent about 9 hours doing shipping, doing listings, and doing sourcings last week. So all of those things together, after the cost of goods sold, not accounting for the fees at this point, I'm at $46 per hour. So even though I put in the 25 listings last week and put a little bit more time into my business, $46 an hour before fees, like, let's be real, like, I'm going to probably have to pay 15% of the cost of goods sold, even with the shipping, or not the actual like sold price plus shipping. I'm going to have to pay 15% on all of that to eBay. So we can take that down. But I mean, 15% of 46 is like $7, something like that. So that takes it down to like $38, $39 an hour. I'm not going to complain about that at all, because this is so much fun. I love doing it. And I love doing this YouTube thing to talk to you guys as well. Like, I hope you're enjoying this content, that's for sure. So that's going to be it this week. If you've enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. I'll be back probably on, I don't know, I may do a how-to video tomorrow. We'll see how I'm feeling. I've made a lot of videos this week, so I may not, but I may. I've got one that I've got planned, so it could be fun. And if you enjoy this channel, please subscribe. Once again, my name is Patrick, and thank you very much.